shining. I was laying in bed, wondering if she'd change it all, if her hair was still red. Her folks, they said our lives together was gonna be rough. He never did like Mama's homemade dress, Papa's banquet wasn't big enough. And I was standing on the side of the road, rain falling on my shoes, heading out for the East Coast. Lord knows I paid some dues getting through. Tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. Helped her out of her jam, I guess, but I used a little too much force. We drove that car as far as we could, abandoned it out west. Split up on a dark Sunday night, both agreeing it was best. She turned around to look at me as I was walking away. I heard her say over my shoulder, we'll meet again someday on the avenue. Tangled up in blue. I had a job in the Great North Woods, working as a cook for a spell. But I never did like it all that much, and one day the ash just fell. So I drifted down to New Orleans, where I happened to be employed, working on a fishing boat right outside of Delacroix. But all the while I was alone, my past was close behind. I seen a lot of women, but she never changed my mind, and I just grew. Tangled up in blue. She was working in a topless place, and I stopped in for a beer. I just kept looking at the side of her face and the spotlight's old career. And later on, when the crowd thinned down, I was just about to do the same. She was standing there in the back of my chair, saying to me, don't I know your name? I muttered something underneath my breath. She studied the lines on my face. I must admit I felt a little uneasy when she bent down to tie the laces of my shoe. Tangled up in blue. She let a burner on the stove, offered me a pipe. Thought you'd never say hello, she said, you look like the silent type. Then she opened up a book of poems and handed it to me, written by an Italian poet from the 13th century. And every one of them words rang true and glowed like burning coal, pouring off of every page that was written in my soul, from me to you. Tangled up in blue. I live within my Monaco Street, face her down the stairs. There was music in the cafes at night, and revolution in the air. And he started into dealing with slaves, and something inside him died. She had to sell the things she owned and froze up inside. And when finally the bottom fell